Today, I'm going to speak about why current bike safety strategies are unsafe and hope with this information, cities can be persuaded to make cycling safer. Around 47.5 million Americans cycled regularly in 2017. Statista showed. With a growing cycling base, a disturbing fact faces American cyclists. While the U.S. has one of the highest rates of helmet-wearing riders, compared to other countries, it also has one of the highest rates of accidents and fatalities in the world. Currently, no state requires adult riders to wear helmets, and 21 states require underage riders to wear helmets. While no laws require helmets, many bike safety programs unnecessarily shift their focus onto these helmets. This focus on helmets we see in America undermines more effective bike safety strategies. While studies that scrutinize the dangers of falling off a bike and sustaining a head injury are often misplaced and don't take in more apparent dangers such as cars. Many of these studies are too focused on solving injuries associated with falling off a bicycle and hitting your head, which, while it is a problem, is not the most prevalent or the most dangerous. While many pro-helmet studies have valid points, they failed to recognize how a city with an infrastructure that supports cyclists is many times safer than a helmet would ever be. An infrastructure that supports bike includes bike lanes or more room for cyclists that both increases effectiveness and safety for the cyclists and vehicles alike. Other safety measures cities have taken to prepare for a new influx of cyclists includes the space for the riders and drivers and growing awareness for drivers to be more cautious around bikers. Because of hearing so much about helmets growing up, many people don't consider the broad range of dangers, some dangers much more immediate than head injury. Multiple studies have also begun to consider how a helmeted rider is perceived by drivers. With a helmet, drivers passed an average of 8.5 centimeters closer to the cyclist, dramatically increasing their chance of getting clipped by a car and reducing their room to maneuver around hazardous obstacles. While an experienced cyclist is unlikely to crash by his own mistake, getting hit by a car is obviously much more dangerous and hazardous to him. In one study by CityLab, the writer states about the extraneous forces focus on helmets. He says, it's akin to debating whether mandatory bulletproof vest laws for city dwellers would reduce the severity of gun violence in U.S. cities. With a growing group of cyclists, cities can protect their riders with effective safety measures. And if cities accomplish this, it would drastically cut down on the rate of accidents and fatalities American cyclists see today. In conclusion, by focusing on helmet wearing, cities made cycling less safe than it needed to be. With a shift in focus, cities can easily raise awareness to make cycling much safer for the cyclists and vehicle drivers around them. And while I certainly don't condone not wearing a helmet, hopefully, if the cities focus on better aspects of bike safety, together they can reduce the hundreds of deaths and tens of thousands of injuries that take place yearly. My sources come from howiekong.com journal, statista.com, and a CityLab article. Thank you.